Welcome back to the OSM channel. In today's video, I'm going to be completing a security upgrade to this door. Now, this is the door in between the garage and the main body of the house, and for me, this door has always been a security weak point. However, I'm going to correct that today with this. This is the SCHLAGE model FE595 Keypad entry lock. Now, this is a fantastic little lock, and it's going to be an awesome upgrade to this door. First, let's talk about why I'm doing this. Well, those of you that watch the channel will know that I'm always outside doing projects, and commonly I'll leave the garage door open because I'm always coming in and out. And there's also a lot of delivery drivers and Amazon drivers showing up in personal cars now. I don't know who these people are, and I want to ensure that I keep them out of the house at all costs. Yes, if I wanted to, I could carry around a key in my pocket and lock this door every time I go outside, but let's face it, that gets a little ridiculous after a while, and I'm not always going to remember to have a key in my pocket. That's where this device really comes into play. So the cool thing about this lock is you can unlock it in one of two ways. You can unlock it with a traditional key or typing in a pre-programmed password. Now, if we turn the lock around to the back side, there is a latch. And with this latch, you can set this to where every time you close the door, the exterior handle will always remain locked, or in the unlocked position, the exterior handle will be unlocked. So I'm probably always going to have this locked, so every time this door gets closed, you won't be able to open the door until you use a key or type in a password. So this is going to be a fantastic security upgrade for this door. Now, there is one other problem with this door. It's supposed to have self-closing hinges, however the current self-closing hinges are no longer functional. So I did purchase some new replacement UL listed self-closing hinges for this door, so I'm just going to replace these. And yes, according to the residential building code, the door in between the garage and the main part of the house should be a self-closing and latching door. So we are going to fix that today. First thing we need to do is start removing the old door hardware. Now we need to remove the old door lock. You may find that there's two screws threaded through the escutcheon plate. In this case, there's no screws. So if we go to the interior side of the door lock, you're going to find that there's a little pry section in which we can pry back this escutcheon. In this case, I have a 45-degree pick. We're gently going to pry this back. And then we're going to take the escutcheon and slide it down along the handle, exposing the two screws. And you can just see how much slop there is in this door lock, really on its last legs. But at this point, I'm going to open the door slightly, and then we're going to remove these two Phillips head screws. Let's remove these screws. One on the top, one on the bottom. And I'm holding onto the handle on the other side of the door. I'm just going to slide this right out. Catch the other handle here. Now that we have the handles out of the way, we're going to go ahead and remove the latch. So we'll remove these two Phillips head screws as well. Get in here with our pick. Pull this out. And there may be another plate still within the door cavity. Yep, so we'll take that out. Now we're ready to start installing the new lock. Now, the latch included with the new SCHLAGE lock comes with two different style plates, a rounded edge plate as well as a square edge plate. Obviously, I would like to use the square edge plate, so what we're going to do, flip this latch around to the back side. Let me get my pry tool. You can also take a flathead screwdriver, but there's a little purchase right here, so we'll just get in here with our pick and gently pry this off. Put the new plate on, line everything up, press it in on the back side. Now we have the proper plate. Let's make sure that this is going in the right orientation, so the door is going to latch going this way, so we will slide this into the door cavity now. Screw in the latch. So now it's time to separate the SCHLAGE lock. So we're going to remove the back plate. And if you take a look to the left, upper left of this keyway, there's this set screw. So we're going to unthread this by hand, and this will allow us to pull out this plastic plate. Now we can start the installation process of the keypad side of the lock. So this is the exterior side of the door. what you want to do, take your electrical connection and ensure it goes underneath the latch assembly here. And then we're going to take our keyway and ensure it lines up within the latch and insert this into the cavity. Now this is what everything should look like from the other side of the door. Now if we take a look at this holding plate, remember that set screw we loosened up a moment ago? Well, let's take that set screw and thread it into this upper left hole. From there, we're going to take the electrical connection going through the door, and it's going to go through this hole on this holding plate. Now that we have that electrical wire going through the holding plate, if you take a look at that set screw. So what we're going to do, we're going to line this up, and we're going to push that set screw into this spot right here, and this is going to hold the plate in place. Now everything's going to be loose, but now you don't have to worry about the other side of the lock falling down. Next, we can make our electrical connection. And we can also install the battery. The lock should beep once we install the battery. There's the beep. We can tuck these wires in. And now we can install the back cover, but when we install this, we just need to ensure that everything lines up. Like if you take a look at the latch slot, notice how there's a flat spot and there's a flat spot right here. And also this keyway needs to line up with that opening. So, you know, take your time, make sure everything lines up properly. That sounds good. So next we can take our machined screws. One's going to go above the handle mount and one's going to go below the handle mount. So now it's time to install the handles. Handle installation is very simple. You would just line it up on this shaft and push in all the way until you hear a click. Now before I push this in all the way, I want to show you how to remove this handle in case you need to remove it. If you take a look on the handle assembly, you'll notice that there's a little hole. Also included in the kit will be this little push pin. So what you would need to do if you want to remove this handle is take your push pin, put it through the hole, and you would push in, and that would push in on this little release tab or locking tab. And this is what keeps the handle attached to the mechanism. See, it got a little stuck right there. See if we can get it to pop out. Come on. There it goes, pop back out. But that's what you would need to do in order to remove the handle. So I'm going to line it up, push it in. Might have to push the tab in a little bit. There we go. And if I want to release it, it comes out like a piece of cake. Do the same thing on the other side. All right, now it's time to test for proper function. So we're going to start with the exterior side handle functioning properly, interior side functioning properly. Now we're going to turn this thumb latch and we're going to lock the exterior handle. Heard it lock. So now if I turn the exterior handle, this latch should no longer move. And it's functioning properly. Now let's test the interior handle. Can still get out. But additionally, I want you to note that this latch does not automatically unlock. So even if you turn the interior handle, the exterior handle still remains locked. So I really like that feature. That's a really nice touch for this lock. Next, I'm going to test the included user code A. In my case, it's 1817. Now it's locked again. So this lock is functioning properly. Now I need to go into programming and change the code. So you would take that programming code and follow one of 3 sets of instructions depending on what you want to do. I'm going to do that off camera because I don't want anybody to have my code. Now it's time to replace those self-closing hinges. So what you're going to want to do is open your door to a 90-degree angle, grab yourself 2 wedges, have them oppose one another, and just support the outmost edge of the door. Now that we have this swinging edge of the door supported with those wedges, we're going to replace one hinge at a time. So I'm going to remove this lower hinge first. Alright, so here's the story with self-closing hinge. The new self-closing hinges that I purchased did not match what was on the door originally. They're both 4-inch tall hinges, however the pattern just didn't match. Apparently the pattern on my door is pretty unique and I was unable to locate any readily available self-closing hinges, so I just replaced the guts. If you look up how to replace the guts of a self-closing hinge on YouTube, you'll find a gentleman online that shows you how to replace the guts. I didn't video it. Got a little boo-boo, but we got it done. Alright, so let's try out this door. See if the self-closing hinge works. 90-degree angle. Little creaky, but it closes just fine. As for the self-closing hinges, they are adjustable. You would simply take an Allen head wrench, stick it in the top, adjust the tension, and then there's a little set pin that you can stick in there and adjust the tension. I could turn up the tension, but you know, you don't want to make it too tight as well. Tried it at 45. Just about latches, so I'm going to leave it where it is, but I could always adjust that in the future. And that's going to conclude this video on this SCHLAGE keypad entry lock. Really pleased with this lock. If I haven't said it already, all metal construction. Both plates are metal. You know, you're paying up for it a little bit. It's going to cost like $100 to $130 for this thing, but in terms of home security, definitely a big improvement here. I'll update you in the comment section if I have any issues, but it's going to conclude today's video. Thanks for watching. As always, I will catch you on the next one.